Well, my name is John. I'm Sarah's dad, and we've been dealing with borderline disorder for a number of years with Sarah.
My name is Gwen Moore, and our daughter Sarah is the light of our lives. One of the most remarkable things about Sarah's early years is that at night she would be so tense. And her body would be very tense, very rigid, and it would take a lot of reassuring singing. I had a particular song that I sang to her that I would touch her gently and rub her back and sing, "I'll take care of you, I'll take care of you, just as someone took care of me when I was your size. I'll take care of you." There was something going on with her that was problematic for her, and I just knew that it needed to be understood by us. And it was painful to see her to be struggling with something that other kids didn't seem to have to struggle with.
I remember one time in particular at a birthday party where Sarah was very, very angry about different things, it seemed like, and some of her friends wanted to know what, was there anything that they did or something like that. I guess the way I dealt with a lot of that was just didn't understand. And a lot of times maybe I would not appreciate really what was going on. Maybe I'd try to sweep it under the rug, so to speak, it seemed like, because I just didn't understand it. Neither of us really understood it.
In those days, there wasn't the understanding that kids could be different. And for me as her mother, I was determined that she would have to be understood. It was important for us to convey to Sarah that that she had safety in her family, and that we would take care of her, that we were responsible parents, and to know that she could trust us. I didn't want to be a hovering mother, but it was very conflicting to know on a gut level that your child is having difficulties. It was very difficult to keep your distance and to allow what you saw occur and allow them to do the best they could, but to still try to keep that safety net in the background. I always knew that there was more that Sarah had to deal with than most people. It just was a fact of life. It was painful to see that happening because it seemed so unfair, and to not have tools to figure out how this talented, good kid could have so many complexities in her life and be unable to help was very frustrating. We did have a lot of trouble with the decisions that she made about the company that she kept, and the way she conducted her life made me very concerned about her safety. We kind of were thinking that things were not going well, that she was hanging with the wrong crowd in high school. But was this the crowd that would accept her? The need to be accepted by other people is important. And so in her college years, I was terrified for her well-being because I knew she was off doing what a lot of young people do, but with a lot of encumbrances, with this emotional encumbrance that she had. When we did or said something that was counter to what Sarah had going on, then she would dump us, and she would not talk to us, and we wouldn't hear from her. I was terrified that we would get a phone call in the night. Your daughter's been raped, or your daughter has died from an overdose of something or other. I had almost daily panic attacks about all this. I dearly loved our daughter. She's my child. And to not be able to be in a healthy relationship with your child was painful. I was advised by a therapist I was seeing at the time that we should just kick her rear out and not fool with her. That the boyfriend was going to jail. I mean, he not only went to jail once, but he went to jail twice. And we saw Sarah through a terrible time getting over that relationship and moving into the next phase. And I know that took a lot of courage and strength for her to move into the next phase. With the DBT program, for the first time in a long, long time, I saw Sarah becoming excited about something and about realizing potential or promise of a better way.
Well, I've seen her grow in terms of her confidence. I think again, the DBT, she saw that she was not the only person with borderline disorder. And she made some other friends that helped her with her socialization, because she was able to make friends with people that, and she realized that, hey, we have a lot in common. With the combination of the medication and the DBT, she really is finding her way. I mean, she's not out of the woods completely by any means. I think she would say so too. But she really has achieved so much, and particularly with her self-confidence. And so I think it's a two-way street in terms of having confidence in her and allowing her to shine, and allowing her to meet her potential. Her real passion is music, and she was talented, in chorus, but she never really got to shine. And now that she's actually performing and singing, that's what her real love is, and it's just been a real inspiration, because it shows that she can, do things that she perhaps in the past thought she couldn't do.
None of us are out of the woods. We're all human beings, and the great joy in life is to enjoy life and to enjoy one another and to be good, kind people and to treat others with respect and dignity, just as we expect to be treated that same way.
the main advice I would give, or the main thought I would give, is that it's a process. It's not always complete, but there's so much more that parents can understand, especially when their child is doing so much of the work that she's done, particularly with the medication and the DBT. I think DBT has been a really godsend, not only for her, but also for us, in terms of understanding all this. And so there's a tremendous sense of relief that we know that it's not like we're on some sort of dead end, but we are definitely on the road of self-actualization, to use the term on her part, because it really is very comforting to hear her explain a lot of her emotions and feelings about what she's gone through in so eloquent terms. I mean, she really understands it, and that's the kind of thing that parents hope for, and that we are reaping those benefits.
To be on the sidelines and allow our daughter to run that race on her own around the racetrack, sometimes stumbling, whatever, but to try to be cognizant of what we could do to help in a way that would allow her to keep on that course, because it's her course, not our course. We haven't been a part of Sarah's gathering her life together. We have been her support. Sarah's run the race. It's her race, and it's her victory. And we as parents can give her whatever tools we can possibly figure out, but at the same time to keep balance in our own lives and to provide a stable an environment, a stable home. You know, you look around the world, stable home, it's an anomaly. It's an anomaly, but it is an important thing. And what we've tried to do is provide a stable home. And we've determined that it be stable for all of us. It's home. Love it when you